Hello, my name is Deborah York, and this is my model, Carl. And Carl is our typical male that has tight hamstrings, tight hips, tight psoas. And Carl is a runner, and which causes all this tightness, and a lot of other causes for tight hips and hamstrings is biking and hiking and a lot of sitting. So this is going to be a really ideal sequence for men, typically men that have really tight hips. So Carl, can you come into the warrior pose, having your right toes turning out? Beautiful. And you want to make sure that the right toes are turning out a little bit more. The knee is coming over your middle toe. You're scooping your hips under. You're lengthening from the pubic to the sternum. Raise the back arm a little bit more. Big breath in. On your exhalation, can you bend the knee a little more? Pull the knee over towards your little toe. Beautiful. Nice. And then if you feel comfortable to go a little deeper, feel free to go a little deeper. Beautiful. And then inhale up and let your hands relax. Turn both of your toes in, your heels out. And then take your hands to your hips and then just fold forward. Big breath in, exhale, fold. And then look up, flat back, straight knees. Beautiful. Now bending the knees so that the knees go out over towards the toes. Bending the knees. Now straighten your arms. Drop the pelvis down a little lower. Knees wide. So this is a real deep stretch to the hips. Let your shoulders relax. And then straighten your knees. And then bend your elbows back a little bit. Take your crown down towards the floor. Beautiful. If you can lean the weight a little forward, do so. Beautiful. One more time, big breath. On your exhalation, let your knees bend. Your hips drop down. And then straighten your arms. Beautiful. Widen the knees wide, out towards the toes. And then straighten the knees one more time. And roll up. And roll up very slowly. Beautiful. Now reverse your warrior the other way. So the back toes turn in. That makes sure the front toes are pointing straight ahead. Straight ahead. Lift your 10 toes. Make sure you're pushing to the back heel. So you work that inner thigh. Knees coming out towards your little toe. Lengthen from the pubic to the sternum. Beautiful adjustment. Nice. Lifting this hand just a little higher. So he's got nice soft shoulders. Knees coming back over towards the little toe. Scooping his hips. Beautiful. If you can go a little deeper, do so. Nice. Let's keep the back legs still active. Very active. And inhale up. Nice. Beautiful, Carl. Now come into your downward dog. All right. Bend the knees. Tilt the sit bones up, so we're getting a nice long spine. And then exhale, press back, getting your hamstring stretch. Straighten your knees. So notice that he rounded here. That's the tight hamstrings. So bend the knees again. Press, lengthen through here. Tilt the sit bones up. Beautiful. Now keep your body here and begin to straighten the knees a tiny bit. This is his hamstring stretch. Getting a nice hamstring stretch there, Carl?
Yes.
Nice. And now take your right leg to the sky. Big breath in on your exhalation. Bring the right knee to your right wrist. And notice his foot came over towards his left hip. Walk the toes back. Walking that back so it's bringing his pelvis closer to the floor. Now face your right knee. Walk your hands over towards the right. And release your back toes. Beautiful. Let your head go. So you can see that his right hip's pulling back, his left hip is forward. He's perfectly square to the floor. You getting a nice stretch in this outer hip, Carl?
Yes, it's really
beautiful. Breathe. You can moan and groan here. And if he needs extra support, he can always put a blanket or a pillow right underneath that hip. Is your knee okay? You never want to feel any stress in that front knee.
Okay.
Okay, Beautiful. And this is a good one to hold for a while. Good 5 breaths. All right, Carl, let's have you come up and spring back into your downward dog. So places his hand in position, tucks his back toe, and just springs back. Bend your knees. Find that nice long spine. Tilt the sit bones up. And keeping your spine right here, begin to barely straighten your knees to get your hamstring. Yes, beautiful. Take your left leg to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, bring that knee over towards your left wrist, and the foot's going to come over to the right hip. Keep the toes tucked so you can walk that knee back. And notice that he has this thigh real square to the floor. Now release the toe out. He's pulling the right hip forward and the left hip back. Walk your hands over towards your knee. Lengthen out with your right side and come forward. Beautiful. So he's keeping these hips nice and square. He's not falling down on the hip over here. So the hips are like 2 headlights. Carl, to take it deeper, press your hip bones down towards the floor. Keeping this left hip pulling back. Yes, beautiful. Breathe. Nice. So he can take it deeper by reaching out a little more with his right hand. Your right hand. Beautiful. A little bit too deep?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's only if you're ready to go a little deeper. Beautiful. So when you're ready, Carl, once again, spring back into your downward dog. So again, you want to move slow, always with your breath. He's lining his hands up, tucking his toe and springing back. And once again, coming into his downward dog. So bend your knees. So somebody with tight hamstrings, they want to bend their knees, get this nice long back, tilt your sit bones up, and then just try straighten the knees, keeping your upper body right there. So you get your hamstrings. Beautiful. Come down to all fours. Beautiful. And come around and sit down on your buttocks, sitting forward. So face sideways. Face your this way on the mat. There, beautiful. Okay, bring your feet forward. I'm going to have you roll down. Real slow. Use those ab muscles. Nice. Now bend the knees into your chest and do the happy bug. So first he's going to stretch out his back. Reaching for the inside. So notice how he's rolling up here. Take your sacrum down. Beautiful. He's going to pull his feet forward over the knees. Big breath in. Press your sacrum down. Beautiful. Pull the feet forward. Bending his elbows so he can go even a little deeper. Nice. Keep pressing the sacrum down. How does that feel, Carl?
It's very tight.
And release the feet to the floor. And Carl, can you come back up to sitting? There's one more modification I want to show. So sitting up, bring your right foot over your right knee, your right ankle. So this is the pose we're looking for. And the hands behind. And then pressing the right knee away. And then you walk up, lift. So getting a nice stretch to that hip. Flex the right